But before we begin, massive shout out to my sponsor, Instant Gaming. If you guys are looking for some really cheap games and want to support the channel in the process, then check out the link in the description for more details. Hey guys, and welcome back to yet another episode of Subnautica. So today we're going to be checking out some new creatures and items added to the experimental branch of the game. So as you guys can see here, and a little disclaimer, everything you're about to see is very rough around the edges. This is early in development, so obviously a lot of these things are subject to change and are probably gonna get polished before they're released to the public. So we're gonna be checking out a few things, and I think you guys have actually noticed one of them in the distance right here. It's a little babby called a Snowstalker. So essentially these things are gonna be land-based creatures. They're gonna be hostile to you, so make sure you are armed with a knife or something before you adventure onto land. And when you see one of them and you don't have any sort of equipment to fight them, I would recommend you actually run away. So the animations, as you guys can see, are looking pretty solid right now, and the texture work is looking amazing. One thing that I like about them is these little blue accents on the tail, on the forehead, and as well as the tongue. So the best way we can actually demonstrate the Luminescent Tongue is by, unfortunately killing one of those. So let's try it. I'm so sorry, little friend. This is all in the name of science. So they right now bleed some sort of yellowish goo cloud, whatever you want to call it. I think you guys know exactly what this thing looks like. So here it is. You can kind of see the inside of its mouth, and you can see the luminescent tongue, which looks pretty awesome. As far as I can tell, they can actually swim in water as well. And obviously you've got a bigger variant of this creature right here, which I assume is the mama of the little babby that I killed right there. So let me just like slice you open as well. And we're gonna make myself a brand new coat. How about that? From your fur. Look at the feet of this thing. Looks like Bigfoot. I like this. And look at that. They do actually swim in water, as you guys can see right there. So there you go. Now he's officially a stalker. And as you guys can see, the animations for that are done as well, which is all looking pretty fantastic. So I wouldn't be surprised if we're gonna see those guys in the main game very soon. Because like I said, I think the only thing that they have to do right now is basically do the sound, and they are ready to go. So up next, I think is my favorite new looking creature in Subnautica. This thing is called the Lily Paddler. And as you guys can see, this creature just looks magnificent. I love everything about it. The animations, just the overall design, and the glow of its back. These little things that are just kind of sticking out, these lilies, look so nice. As far as I can tell, you can't actually find him in-game right now. The only way you can actually do this is by spawning him in using console commands. But this is going to be a passive creature. It's not going to attack you or anything. And I just love it. It just looks so nice. The eyes, everything about it is just magnificent. What do you guys think? In my opinion, the Lily Paddler just has so much class to it. It just looks magnificent whenever it's just moving around. So let me actually change the speed to normal so you guys can see a little bit better how the animations are going to look. But as you guys can see, there's a lot. There's a lot happening with the Lily Paddler, and he's surprisingly fast. Look at him. He's just kind of like going around everywhere. He's got tiny little T-Rex looking arms, which just kind of hang there below his body. It looks very interesting overall. I do like it. I do like this creature a lot. I think I've said it a million times, but you guys get it. So up next, I've got a really interesting item. An item which is finally gonna let you see the face of the protagonist of Subnautica. As you guys already know, you can go into Freakout Mode, which basically detaches the camera from your body so you can move around, and we could always see the body of our character. As you guys can see, they teased us a little bit with the shadow because you can see the outline of the head, which is just kind of strange. How whenever you switch into Freecam, you can't actually see it, but this next item actually showcases the face of the character, and it's fully modeled to my surprise. So if we go back into Freecam, just here, and we're gonna spawn in this thing. This thing is called the Spy Penguin, and as you guys can see, it's a little robot. So if we back out, we can see the face of our character. It's looking pretty weird, I'm not gonna lie. It is very slim looking, but it kind of suits the style of Subnautica in my opinion. And it is weird that it's also fully modeled and we weren't able to see that before as far as I can tell. So I assume this thing is going to be used to explore kind of tighter places in Subnautica. There's a small animation for the camera which extends. It's gonna be suspended on this little arm that's gonna come out of its belly, as you guys can see right here, because whenever you have the camera actually inside this spy penguin, it is basically fixed. So the only way you can move the camera is by actually moving the entire robot. That can change by extending this little arm, and then you can move around, but then obviously you can't move the actual robot itself. So as far as I can tell, the description of it on the wiki says that you'll be able to mine minerals with it as well. So like I said, you're probably gonna go into like tighter spaces, into like small caves or something like that, deploy this thing to mine for some precious materials. I'm not sure if it's gonna have any sort of weapon capabilities. Just imagine arming this thing with a knife to basically fight a Snowstalker or something along those lines. But this is so rough around the edges. As you guys can see, the controls are not the best. The texture work is pretty much non-existent at the moment. It is just colored, but it doesn't have any actual substantial textures on it. If I, for example, now go into Freakout, it's not gonna do anything, and I can't exit this vehicle right now. The only thing I can do is kind of glitch it so my character is moving at the same time as me, so we can perform a cheeky moonwalk. There it is. World first moonwalk in Subnautica, everybody. Stop running away from me, god damn it. Oh, she just kind of disappeared. That looks so strange. And another thing you guys can probably notice that it has a searchlight or a light at the front of this thing for exploring dark areas in Subnautica. But that is kind of all I wanted to show you guys today. Let me know if you would like to see more of these types of videos where I have a look at some of the stuff that has been added into the game. I am obviously running this on the experimental branch, so everything you guys saw here is very much early work in progress. So if you don't want any spoilers for future content of Subnautica, this might not be the best video for you or the best series. But for now, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you're gonna have a wonderful day. If you guys enjoyed this, make sure to leave a like on this video. Subscribe if you're new to the channel for plenty more Subnautica. Check out my sponsor, Instant Gaming. The link to that is going to be in the description if you guys want to pick up some really cheap games and support me in the process. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you're gonna have a wonderful day, and I shall see you guys next time. Take care, goodbye. Bye-bye.